Hello, YouTube family. My name, if you don't know my name, is Dejor Philosopher or Dejor the Philosopher, DTP, whatever. Um, and I like to give my unique takes on things circulating around the internet, share my perspective, whether it's faith-based, whether it's, um, you know, faith-based, meaning I'm Christian, meaning I believe in God. Hallelujah. If you are interested in hearing another YouTuber slash musician or artist, creative black man with locks and pretty brown eyes, if you are interested in any of that stuff, please feel free to subscribe. But also please continue listening to this video because I have more to talk about than just myself. And so I think what I want to talk about is something that is going on in the world. Excuse me. And what is that thing that is going on in the world? Why, that thing is the need for authenticity in a world where it's becoming increasingly more convenient to not be. Yeah. See, there has been an upsurge of AI. And if you don't know what that means artificial intelligence. And in the movies of old, they would predict that AI would have a somehow negative impact on the world, despite the positive or seemingly positive improvements to technology and other parts of life that technology would bring. And I think that we can kind of see how that's playing out right now in the world, especially in North America, where I am, on social media, in different institutions. And really, that's not the main problem. I don't think AI in and of itself is the main issue. I think AI is just revealing a deeper issue that was already there, but happened to show up because of how fast everything else has to catch up to AI. So in a way, AI is actually helpful, very helpful for the human experience because of that. But I want to talk about the need for authenticity in today's generation because it's something that's so necessary. I think any progressive society values the culture surrounding authenticity, values the thought of authenticity, values the product of authenticity, even if that's not what they call it or what they necessarily, desire. And in a world full of quick fixes and instant gratification and fast money, and not needing to learn things, not needing to grow in things. Um, Authenticity seems like it's not as valued as it could be until you peel back the layers, until people get tired of repetitive repetitiveness, and they get tired of seeing the same thing, because the human experience um is a manner of growth and a manner of evolving, if you will. And so I think by our nature, because we have souls, which is our mind, our will, and our emotions, and I believe we are made in the image of God, we always will have this desire for authenticity, because authenticity provides something new. Every single person on this earth provides something that cannot be replicated, exactly, that cannot be manufactured. And AI, as much as it can manufacture and copy a lot of things, it cannot reproduce a human soul, because it's man-made, it's a machine. And anything that's man-made and is made to be relied upon heavily for the benefit of physical, spiritual, social, economic, or whatever benefits and health, is very dangerous. Um, Very, very dangerous when it gets put into a place of importance that it probably shouldn't be. And I think the biggest the biggest danger about AI, um, or what it can represent in our society, especially as it relates to authenticity, is that it kind of shows us what was already going on beneath the scenes of society. But in doing so, it has also shown people how undervalued authenticity actually is, for some reason, right? And by undervalued, I mean, like, you know, authenticity is kind of viewed like art. Like, unless you can somehow pay the bills, right? Unless somehow you can pay the bills or have all the thrills or be the highest producing person or laborer in the eyes of the world, it's not as valued, even though it's probably one of the most valuable things, if not the most valuable thing we all have as human beings, because it can't be replicated. Basically, nobody can do what you do. Nobody can do what I do the way that I do it, even if other people do what I do. And that is why it's important. Um, it's not just important for people, it's important to God, because in a perfect world, there is a perfect way that things are supposed to operate. And if things operate perfectly in a perfect world, then we would never have suffering. We would never have the pain that we have. Everything would flow how it's supposed to. We would be able to enjoy things a lot more, enjoy things all the time. But in the world we live in, that's not the case. Despite this, we have the chance and the ability to still experience perfection, or what that can look like, through our human experience as we grow, as we develop, as we evolve. AI challenges that in a way that is counterintuitive, um, because it is useful as a tool, as technology, as a learning experience, but can also be misused or abused and placed in a place that ultimately ends up hindering that very same authenticity and growth that is necessary for human uh, evolution, um, you know, human evolution. So I I have a lot more to say actually, but not a lot of space on my phone. So I'm gonna keep this short. I made a video before this one and spent a lot of time editing it and putting the music down and planning and all that stuff. And I was getting a little bit convicted, like by God, like, but I wasn't fully sure why. But I made the mistake of assuming that because the video was in the editing software that it was saved. So I deleted the original file thinking that the file was completely imported um into the editing software that I was using, just to come to find out that wasn't the case. So I spent about 2 hours on editing. Yeah. Was it for nothing? No. Why? Because it taught me the importance of not trying to overdo things. Like, is it nice if you have cuts in your videos and it looks perfect and you get you iron the kinks out and it sounds great and you're like, oh, this is my masterpiece and I can show it to everybody? Yes. Is that always needed? No. The reason being is sometimes what we think is a mistake is actually something that's necessary, like a stepping stone for our growth. Excuse me. And so while it could have been prevented, I'm not going to treat it like it was for nothing, because that would just suck and that would ruin my night. But there was some valuable insight and stuff I gave in that video that I haven't given in this one. And you know what? That's okay. Because there is a chance if tomorrow comes. And all we can do is enjoy today. Make the most of it. And with AI, people don't necessarily think like that, unfortunately. Because everything comes quick. It doesn't force you to do the necessary things that it takes for us to grow and learn about ourselves and others as human beings. Even though it is a very helpful tool for learning and education and putting together systems and all those things. I am encouraged to encourage those of you who are watching, if you've made it to the end of this video, because it's hard, attention spans and all that. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid to walk in what you're passionate about, to have a plan, to even be a little bit quote unquote delusional. Because in these times that we're living in, things are changing. People are changing. But that's not a bad thing if the purpose behind it actually leads to where we're supposed to go in the first place. It only becomes bad if we accept it without understanding it, without knowing it or challenging what it actually does to us and for us. And that's my message. More on that later. You have a good night or a good day.
No mask to wear, no race to run, just a heart undone. Jesus, you love me as I am. No need to hide, no master plan. Just